Do you think, are things getting better? Are people starting to get a little bit more opening? Are doors opening for you?
Oh yeah, definitely doors are opening. I've been talking with Strike Force. I'm actually supposed to be doing a fight soon for their scouts, and that's what I'm looking to do. I spoke to the UFC and the five-back Joe Silva himself, and he recommended I just get some pro fights under my belt. And once I do that, it's possible I could definitely be in the UFC as well. So I've made my contacts out there, and it's all a matter of time. I just recently had a surgery. I try to hide it from the public for a long time that I was injured. What people don't know is a lot of those fights that I have on YouTube, those are old fights, and I was also injured. I was fighting injured. I'll never do that again because, that was a stupid mistake, but I was still able to be victorious. But now I had my surgery about 2 months ago. I'm healing from that. I have a couple matches coming up in New York City, especially against Peter Storm, the founder of the Underground Combat League. And this guy, the reason I'm talking to him is because he has a lot of the connection with these top echelon guys, and I felt like he was holding me back, like he didn't want to get me in there. And all I want to do is fight. That's all I want to do is fight, So, come on. I mean, it's about time. I'm 27 years old right now, so I feel like, I haven't had any pro fights in my fight. I need to do it right now. I need to go hard right now.
Well, see, now as fans, we love hearing that. It's what we want to hear from fighters. All I want to do is fight, and that's exciting news, though. I think we're all thrilled to hear that there might be some Strike Force to the UFC in the future, and hopefully with us getting you some exposure, that'll happen more quickly than later. So are you at 100% from the injury now? Are you feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I've been training with a couple of training partners. I'm definitely not 100%, but I definitely know for sure the surgery was a success because I'm able to do certain things that I was not able to do before the surgery, and I'm not even fully recovered yet. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really optimistic in terms of the outlook in terms of how I'm going to come back. So I'm really confident. I'm really happy. I mean, I'm really really excited. I'm really thankful to all the fans who joined me on Facebook and showing their support. Seal the deal. It just feels great. It's overwhelming. I've got a lot of love from around the world. Just even guys from the Wing Chun community that are now starting to get together, because Wing Chun has been a style that's really been like, my style is this way, your style is this way. Oh no, forget about that. Wing Chun is Wing Chun. It's to each his own, because whoever learns Wing Chun, whatever style, they're going to make it adapt for themselves, for the individual. And that's what I'm trying to do in mixed martial arts. So it's all about each individual, how they're able to make it adapt for themselves,
Well, let me ask you about that at the same time. I've heard some rumors that there's been some people who have ducked some fights with you. Do you think that that's just purely because of the style you use, or is there something else going on?
Well, I mean, it's not only the style, but I'm a really nice guy when it comes to being outside of the ring. But when it comes to being in the ring, people know me. I'm a competitor, and I've been fighting Underground Combat League since 2004. I had my first 2 fights, and I lost my first 2 fights. Actually, and I didn't know any position back then. I didn't know anything about the ground fighting. I didn't know anything about being a mixed martial artist. And I was actually training martial arts only for about 1.5 years when I had those fights. So to come back 5 years later, 7 years later, and actually be able to fight now, it's a totally different game for me,
Oh, of course.
I'm not a master yet, but I'm very close to it,
Well, it's funny you say that, because when I first was talking to you online about setting up the interview, I'm like, oh, this guy seems really nice. And then when I saw your video, I'm like, oh man, this guy's a monster in the ring. So you got 2 very different sides there. Yeah, for those of you who are hearing this interview for the first time, this is your first time really getting associated with Shawn here, don't get fooled. Just because it sounds like, hey, he's a nice guy and he's just open to talk about things, go check out the videos. Because I think the opponents may have the same kind of feeling going in. They're like, oh, it's sealed the deal. And he's all happy, and now he's punching me in the face, and I don't know what happened.
It's also a part of the mental game, too, Actually, fighting is very mental, and, the guys know that,
Yeah.
And that's why I play that part very well, I slipped at the N1 videos by showing, a little bit of weakness, but, whatever. It all worked out for the better, I think. Everything happens for a reason.
That kind of thing actually scares me more. If you're ever in, like, a bar fight, and the guy you're going to fight slips off the stool or something, it's going to be all that much worse now,
But what's crazy? You said that, Luke, because I actually worked as a bouncer in New York City for 7 years.
Oh, jeez.
For 7 years. The last spot I worked at was a strip club in Brooklyn. It's called Pumps. And I had a lot of fights. Let's just put it that way. I had a lot of fights. And, thank God I came out unscarred and unharmed in the 7 years. But a lot of the times, I can tell you that I actually got out of fights just by using, my mental and being able to talk myself out of situations. But, however, the times that I wasn't able to talk myself out of situations, it was bloodshed, and it wasn't mine.
Oh, jeez. This is what I'm talking about. This is, the happy, friendly looking seal the deal, and then there's the guy who's ready to go to war over this. So this is the two different sides of it. Well, let me ask you another question here. So you hit on there that you were a bouncer and that you've seen a lot of fights outside of the ring. What's your favorite thing about fighting? I'm not just saying, fighting in a bar, but fighting in general, in MMA. What is your absolute favorite thing? This is the reason you do it.
Well, you know what, Luke? I'm like a jack of all trades. I worked on Wall Street as a stockbroker. I currently work as a nurse. I'm into fighting martial arts. I worked in security. But I just decided, what do I want to do in life? Because life is all about doing what you really want to do, yeah? To make yourself happy. So one night, I'm not a really spiritual person, but I got on my knees and I prayed to God. I'm not a religious person, I mean. And I said, God, what am I really meant to do? I mean, show me, give me a vision in this dream. And in that dream, I was telling people, man, I'm the light heavyweight champion. And I woke up that next morning, I said, shit, man, maybe I think I should do this MMA thing. But, more importantly, I actually realized, not only with that, but recently, with the amount of people who have contacted me and all the kind words that have been left on my page, it's given me inspiration that you can't even believe. And, before that, I thought maybe I should do something else in my life, but I have no doubt now what I'm going to do in my life. I'm going to be a martial artist for the rest of my life, so that's one thing that I know it's going to stick to me like glue.
Shawn, I hear what you just said, but we've got to back up just a second here to something you just said. Did you just say you're currently a nurse?
Oh yeah, I work as a nurse in New York City.
Do you have a tag that says Shawn Seal the Deal Obasi that freaks out all the patients, or?
well, that's the thing. My patients, some of them actually, when they found out I'm a fighter, they couldn't believe it. Because they get so excited because here I am taking care of them, and they find out that I'm taking dudes out in the ring. But I think it's all about balance. I'm really big on the yin yang theory. So the dudes that I hurt, I'm also out there healing. So I think it works out.
That's beautiful, man. I'm just picturing you in Strikeforce with UFC, knocking that guy out and then getting on your knees to help him make sure he's okay. So.
That's what everybody said. I have to give a guy, CPR, bring him back to life, punch him in the chest real hard. But it's crazy, Like when I fight, the difference thing, I don't know what other fighters have in their mind, but I don't have any intention to hurt my fighter, like to really hurt them. I don't want them to go injure anything.
Oh, absolutely.
But, but that's the whole thing. I want to be able to take them out very fast without hurting them. How can you do that? It's got to be mastery. It's got to be mastery of something, a skill of martial arts. And that's why I love it, because it's like going back to that whole gladiator thing. It's a one-on-one thing. When you're in the ring, there's nobody else you can blame and say, oh, it's the reason why I lost that fight. It's you, because you are the one. It's you against the opponent. It's like that. When I'm in the ring, it's no better high on earth. And when the fight is over, and you just know, it's just like this. Unbelievable.
And you've got some upcoming fights with Underground.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, the Underground. So I'm looking to fight Peter Storm at 185 pounds. I haven't been that light in high school, but I'm going to go for it. Try to be that weight. And that's pretty much like my last fight there. I'm looking to go pro. So I'm really just focusing on just getting into shape and just being ready for whatever fight is put in front of me. So I know I can feel it right around the corner. It's coming. And
fans, should they be trying to find you on Facebook to throw some support behind you, or how do you want that to go down?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm on Facebook. You can look me up, Shawn Obasi. I also have a fan page, Seal the Deal. And pretty much I'm on YouTube as well. So just if you could subscribe to the videos, that would be definitely great. Leave a comment. That's always great. And that's awesome. And I really appreciate the support that I'm getting and the support I will get in the future from the fans. Excellent.
All right, Shawn. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate that. Shawn Seal the Deal Obasi, guys. Trust me, he is going to be a name that you're going to hear a lot and very frequently very soon. So make sure you start getting to know him now. Shawn, thanks so much for your time today.